Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting on the daily chart, we have our impulse toward the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Inside this big impulse for a very huge cycle, of course, we are inside now the final wave, which is the wave 5, of course, after a correction here, ranging inside this blue channel, of course, for a corrective channel wave 4, and then moving toward the upside, breaking this blue channel and breaking the base channel as well and the acceleration channel for a wave 5 as it should be. Now, of course, inside this acceleration channel, we saw, of course, a huge range inside it where we saw, of course, the price getting very close to the midpoint or the midline of this acceleration channel as it is supposed to be, moving down again, testing the lower part of this acceleration channel and moving impulsively for one more wave, breaking the mid line of the lower part and even testing the lower part one more time again. And here we go. We were ranging for 4 days in this area and next to this lower part, and we see right now, of course, a rejection one more time toward the upside, and probably, of course, we are moving for a little bit higher here. Now, knowing, of course, on the 1 hour chart where we have analyzed this candle toward the upside, which it was supposed to be an impulse in case we are, of course, moving for higher, which it has a very low possibility to be an impulse. We're gonna come back to it on the 1 hour chart and reanalyze it. However, this might be, of course, an ABC zigzag or regular flat, and then probably moving one more time toward the downside. We're gonna see, of course, the highest possibility after analyzing the price action in this area. Now, if we take a look, of course, on the counting of this scenario where we have, of course, 11112s here for your wave 5. In this wave 5, you have finished A, B, and a C. For a wave 4, exactly at this point, you start counting 3 1-2s here, 1 2 1 2, and then 1 2 3 4 5 for your main wave 3, which is a massive impulse toward the upside, finishing a wave 3 in the orange. After this, a correction ABC toward the downside, finishing a wave 4, an impulse toward the upside, finishing a wave 5 in this orange scenario, and finishing with it a wave 3 with a yellow scenario where you would like, of course, to finish this impulse with one more wave 4 and a 5. In case we have a wave 4 here, we would like, of course, to see a wave 4 after a correction, which it might be the correction that we got lately with the shoppiness, and probably you want to move for higher prices impulsively, of course, and for one more time to finish this wave 5. Now, again, this area has to be reanalyzed on the 1 hour chart to make sure that we are impulsive toward the upside. In this case, of course, you would like to see 5 waves impulsive, reaching the all-time high one more time, and of course, definitely finishing, of course, this bull run. Now, in case that this wave 4 will range for longer in correction, meaning it can be a double zigzag and somehow like this, where you have a finished zigzag and a correction probably right now, and then one more final zigzag towards the downside, finishing a WXY for a wave 4 in the yellow count. In this case, you can still, of course, looking for one more high as a wave 5 for this yellow scenario, and finishing the wave 5 in the white count again. It depends how much deep is this wave 4 will go down. Now we have another scenario on the daily rather than 11112s. We have a double 1-2s. This time the wave 4 has finished in WXY, is zigzag for W, regular flat or running flat for your X, and a triangle here for a wave Y, where you have finished a wave E exactly at this point, A, B, C, D, and an E, and starting to count here a 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Finish the main impulse, wave 3, and then finish the last wave 4 and a 5. Finishing with it, of course, as this cycle for a wave 5 in the white scenario. Now, the possibilities here are still, of course, as well possible that a wave 5 might range for a longer time in an ending diagonal. And that means, of course, a contracting diagonal might occur, of course, in this area, since we have touched the 886 taken from the low here to the top, giving us at this low an 886, of course, here, which is a perfect target for a wave 2 in a leading diagonal or contracting diagonal, and of course extending the time of this wave 5 toward the upside to finish, of course, with a new all-time high as well. In case that we have finished our bull run here and we are moving towards the downside, this can be taken as well as a 1-2-1-2, and now probably you are in a formation of a big wave 2 again, as still probable after this impulse toward the downside. 1-2-1-2, as of course you have here an ABC as a regular flat probably, and then 3-4-5, 4 and a 5, closing the CME gap, which is still open, of course, since this impulse toward the upside of our bull run, and probably closing the CME gap between the 77 and the 80,000 K. So on the 1 hour chart, we have seen yesterday, of course, a potential of after this low taking, of course, the high one more time again, the high meaning, of course, here. And we said be careful that this might be, of course, an ABC toward the upside, and it might be this is as a case scenario. We're saying, okay, be careful from getting this signal exactly at this point. And actually, it was taken just 1 second after the video, and I realized it when I watched the video again. And I saw the signal appearing, and of course, MG told me once you switch the screen, the signal has appeared. But I didn't realize it at the time or the moment of the video. But yeah, as you can see, it is a divergence, and we can see, of course, probably higher price action at KGT here. As we said, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We might, of course, get one impulse towards the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, your targets as a regular flat taken from the bottom here of this move and the top of this wave A, give us probability, of course, as a regular flat 1-to-1 fib level, but this is a little bit hard to get, to be honest, because I still see some pressure, of course, from the sellers in the top, because once we get higher a little bit here, we might get a new signal, new bearish signal. As you can see, they are very, very close. 250 as strengths, meaning not easy, not easy signals. So we might also dive deeper. Probably we will take this high probably, but if we move higher and higher, I think the signal will become here stronger, convergent, of course, with this high here, and that will create, of course, our bearish scenario. I mentioned yesterday it would be preferably that we take the low directly for the bulls, because it will be much more secure to move for a new all-time high. But currently, as you can see, and as I showed you on KGT, if we move higher, the more higher now, the more stronger the sellers are becoming. So we possibly get a 1-1-2, and then that is not really nice to get for the bulls, of course, if you want to come back for higher, because 1-1-2 will make an intense move towards the downside. I was saying, of course, better taking the low from here, because this will finish as a 3-wave corrective, and then moving towards the upside impulsively and probably taking the high. But this did not happen, so probably we are still, of course, having after this a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and also here an impulse finished as 1, and then A, B, and a C as a running flat for wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for another wave 1, and then probably now we are in the formation of an A, B, and a C probably. In case we take the high as well, it doesn't matter, you're still in the same momentum. So we're gonna see, of course, how we're gonna break this. I mean, of course, step by step. Of course, many things can change during the market. Many things can still change. It can make this still, of course, a probability, guys. And of course, the probability is still a little bit for the bearish momentum until, of course, we break this trend. You want to break this trend, of course, to see that, okay, we have changed something. If we're gonna take the high here, then something else can be unfolding. If we take these targets as a regular flat ABC 1-to-1 fib level, we might say, of course, yeah, something else is unfolding because you have reached or you have invalidated this one too. And that will be, of course, the good thing for the bulls as well, in case this happened. So yeah, that was it for Bitcoin. Let's watch and see what's gonna happen in the in this day, and I'll see you in the intraday, of course, video for Bitcoin. Have a nice day and trade safe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.